Well, there's also word that Trump is tasking two billionaires, Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy, with heading up a new commission called the Department of Government Efficiency. And tonight, questions surround about what that could mean for people who work in the federal government in our region. Bob Barnard, live in Northwest, looking for those answers tonight.
Hey there, Jim. Elon Musk slashed the workforce at Twitter. The platform, now known as X, is still standing. So what does his appointment as a co-leader of this new Department of Government Efficiency mean for the federal workforce? We're about to find out. Take over! President-elect Donald Trump is sending Elon Musk on a mission, not to Mars, but to cut the federal government by some $2 trillion by the summer of 2026. Reaction here in Washington from that federal government workforce. Gina works for the Department of Transportation.
Well, I'm curious to see how he's going to do that. Not really knowing how government works and what we do in that building.
The union that represents federal workers occupying all those huge buildings in our nation's capital and working in field offices and job sites across the country also speaking out today.
And this all goes back to an old trope that federal employees are just paper pushers, living and working in Washington, D.C., collecting a salary off the dole of hardworking taxpayers. And it couldn't be further from the truth.
Elon Musk will not himself be a government employee, just an outside advisor as head of the Department of Government Efficiency.
And the thing is, he will do that rapidly and with not a very good bedside manner.
Investigative reporter Kirsten Grind has covered Elon Musk for the New York Times.
He has no patience for any kind of waste, any kind of bloat. If there's extra employees, if there's extra even processes, he is not a fan of any kind of process. So it's going to be shocking, I think, to a lot of people.
That doesn't mean Musk will snap his fingers and get what he wants.
There are always lots of checks and balances that I think making the kind of move fast and break things approach is not going to work well in government.
Susan Dudley worked in the George W. Bush administration and founded the Regulatory Studies Center at GW.
Sounds like part of its mission will be reducing regulations. And I think there are opportunities there. We've never done a good job at looking at regulations that are in effect and evaluating whether they're really achieving what they were designed to do. Now, the problem there is going to be the same problem you see with the federal government writ large, and that is once a regulation is in place, there's a constituency for it, and it's going to be hard to remove them. But it's certainly worth trying.
The new agency tonight already has an account on X. It's at Doge. Of course, Dogecoin being the preferred cryptocurrency of Elon Musk. Guys?